Let me settle down, gather myself, and think for a minute. Cause all of this pain and deceit, God, all I'm doing is asking for you to speak. Let's sit down and talk for a while. Like a father and his child. Cause all these bad decisions seem to only make me frown. First, I want to say thank you for opening my eyes. Bad decisions and this tall stack of pride is why I keep all my feelings bundled up inside. But you said I could come unto you if I was heavy laden. So here I am begging for you to hear my cry. Why come it seem like it's so much pain attached to everything I try? Lord, please take all this away from me. Pain, anger, and hatred seem to always get the best of me. Opening my eyes was the best thing that ever happened to me. But pain, regret, and sorrow seem to grip the pit of my stomach. When I finally realized how much pain I caused, I instantly wanted to vomit. Even tried to get my Usain Bolt on and run from it. But God said, no, I can't let you do that because then you wouldn't learn from it. Puzzled and shocked. What a paradox. Having God trapped in a box, thinking that clearly wasn't what I was doing. Messed up, lost, with no direction. Looking for the next girl to make my confession. Lustfully I search. Let the devil catch my attention with another short skirt. Girl after girl after girl, I mean, dang. When will it end? Satan tried to dress up sin, make it look good, even had the nerve to tell me to make it my friend. Basically, whatever kept me away from God, the devil would send faster than a lightning bolt. And when I did it, he would even tell me good job. Oh, but trust and believe it only gets worse. I started drinking, reached my level, and the alcohol started making me curse as I unconsciously fell deeper and deeper into Satan's curse. Hotel after hotel, hoping that she don't tell. I mean, what's really going on? I can't even look at myself. I'm such a mess. I don't even know what to do with myself. Sleepless nights, my thoughts start to haunt me. How I laid this girl down and took all her innocence. But in my defense, she let it happen. So in a sense, I thought it was meant. But here's the twist. I'm doing all this while I'm in a relationship with another chick. 2 hearts that I ripped up, plus all the others. Then I started to slip up, accidentally sending the wrong messages to different girls. Quick thinking, so I had to switch up. Drama and mess quickly started to rattle me. Satan turning up the heat, really starting to battle me. More girls, more hotel rooms, less sleep, more pain, more shame, more guilt, and double the deceit. Bitterness got me going insane. Violence, rap music, and guns constantly being pumped into my brain. Unable to maintain, falling deeper and deeper into Satan's mind games. Jerking me this way, pulling me that way. The devil told me don't worry about nothing. Just keep doing what I say. And my reply was simply, okay. Stuff started to get scarier and scarier because this one chick actually thought that I would marry her. Dancing in the club, shining in the limelight, drinking, pulling numbers because my swag was right. Nice clothes and a smooth conversation is usually what led to premarital consecration. What a disgrace. I started to hate myself. Started feeling like that broken toy that the kid would just throw back on the shelf. Satan steady tempting me, telling me don't worry about yourself. Just keep having sex with these demons. All of this pain happening so fast I had to pinch myself to make sure I wasn't dreaming. The devil constantly plotting and scheming, trying to suffocate the life out of me until I stop breathing. I'm gasping. I even start wheezing. You would think the devil would let up, but no, he kept going until I started bleeding. Destroyed almost to the death of me. I promise you, there was nothing left of me. Suffocated until there was no more breath in me. Finally telling God, here, you can have what's left of me. Almost all the relationships I cheated. Lost, hurt, and confused. Sexually misused. No strength, no joy. Nothing but sorrow. Talking to God like, why come you just won't let me die tomorrow? You would think after this that would be it. But the devil said, nah, you funny. I'm trying to kill you. And I almost got you convinced. My father was never there for me my entire life, which only built up more anger and strife. So when I saw him, I was going to explode like a pipe, punch him dead in his face and check him and put him dead in his place, disrespect him and don't listen to nothing that he say. But God checked me and put me in my place and called out to me and said, son, what he really needs is grace. So instead, I never talked about how poorly he ran the race. I just smiled when I looked in his face instead of catching the case. But look, I ain't saying all this to make them look bad. I'm just giving you a glimpse into my past to show you how everything was moving so fast. Then one day I found myself at the beach, crying out to God on my knees, who was so loving he looked past my faults and recognized my needs. Finally, surrendering myself to God. Then I joined this church called New Bright Star, where I had my first encounter with Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. He said, son, it's time for you to take off corruptible. And while I'm at it, let me start fixing that behavior. Then one day I was driving in my car, listening to a song. Then suddenly I thought something went wrong. A spirit entered my car and I never felt such a presence. It shined so bright and its beauty and its strength was very impressive. Suddenly it reached through my chest and put his hand over my heart, releasing me from all the pain that I ever caused. Shortly, I paused. Then I started yelling and screaming because for a second, it felt like I was dreaming. But after all of the screaming and the tears that started streaming, a joy came over me that cannot be doubled. Jesus Christ, I know that was you, hearing my cry, rescuing me from my struggle. Then a peace fell over me even after I caused all this trouble. Jesus, I love you. No, really, I love you. No one is above you. Then one day my brother told me it's not until you reach that point of being sick and tired of being sick and tired. Till suddenly, I was inspired. So quickly, I inquired. Then that's when it happened. I got sick and tired of being sick and tired, constantly being picked on by the devil. I took the old me and let God bury him with a shovel. I cried out to God and said, Father. He said, yes, son. Why do you look so bothered? I said, can you teach me how to fight back? I'm tired of getting punked by the devil. Every time he swing, I fall, and I feel like I'm getting weak. Seem like the devil on some type of beat Mario and everything he do type of winning streak. Then God said, those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength and mount up with wings of an eagle. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Then he said, come unto me, all ye who are heavy laden, and I'll give you rest. So I submitted to that after I got it off my chest. Then here comes the devil, ready to drop off a load of stress. God said, son, I've given you rest, but now it's time for a test. The devil tried to bring anger, but I didn't budge. Then he tried depression, but I rebuked that in the name of Jesus and said, you are not my judge. I started to fight back. Then that's when God blessed me with a father. He already had one son and two daughters. One day he was talking and he said, son, for starters, you got to learn how to swing at the devil. And once you get him, you got to learn how to punch harder. Use the prayer and the scriptures to make him weak and rebuke him and make him weak. Then he'll start to rethink his plan and decide that he might have to retreat. See, I started fighting with my spirit and God got involved. Then God told me, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Then God warned me again that Satan was finna attack. That's when I could hear my father preaching, saying, son, you got to learn how to rebuke that. Then suddenly my strength came and I started to fight back. Every fiery dart that Satan would shoot, I would rebuke that. Then I remember one day my father was preaching and he said, after the devil get weak and he start to retreat, realizing his defeat, while he down and he on the ground, step right over him into your victory and finish your course until you get your crown. Then tell him to try again, because as long as God on my side, I'm always going to win. Because when I fall short, meaning every time I sin, grace and mercy going to be there to pick me up and tell me to keep fighting. Because, son, you going to win. To God be the glory to the very end for sending Jesus Christ to die on that cross for the remission of sin. After that, I knew it was time for me to start taking my stuff back. Everything he stole, including my soul, walked up to the devil like, give me back my joy. Give me back my peace. Give me back my mind. Take me off this leash. Let go of my finances and let go of my marriage. Take your hands off my daughters and don't touch my inheritance. Don't touch nothing of mine, not even my parents. God said, my son, when you have been strengthened, your job is to strengthen your brethren. So my brothers, it's time to fight. Stay away from the club and don't worry about shining in the lights. Stop talking to girls only based off their curves, because usually when a problem comes, they usually just gonna get on your nerves. Stay away from the porn. Stop throwing money at strippers. Be a good parent and be a positive figure. Stop cursing in front of your child. ran back and smacking them in the mouth for a double-minded example that you laid before them. And your examples is how they was taught. Meaning, don't do stuff in front or behind your kids, then decide to discipline them with a punch or a slap, a scream or a smack, all because of what you doing, what you telling them not to do. What kind of example is that? I ain't talking about nobody. I'm just telling you, don't be like I was. Going to the church and at the same time going to the club. Wait a second, pause. I don't know what's worse. Partying all weekend and then acting like you doing God a favor by showing up to church? Or dying and he says, depart from me, for I never knew you. You was the one who partied and fell asleep in church. So man, it starts with us. Instilling Jesus in our DNA. The formula is to get down on our knees and pray. Present your body as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God. So at the end of this life, he'll say, well done, my good and faithful servant. Welcome home. You done a good job.